Hi everyone, it's Roger here from what's on DisneyPlus.com. It's Wednesday, it's time for a quick Disney Plus news update. So I'm going to be telling you about what's new on Disney Plus today, plus some potential edits to Falcon and the Winter Soldier and much more. Okay, so as I said, it is Wednesday, it's time for some new content to arrive. And the big one obviously today is the first episode of the brand new Marvel series Moon Knight. Fantastic series, glad everyone can actually watch this one now. So you'll find that one now on Disney Plus. We'll have new episodes dropping each week, and there's 6 episodes in the series. Can't wait to hear all of your reactions to it. Also, if you want, you can also now change your profile to Moon Knight. If you go into the settings, you can change your avatar. I've changed mine this morning to that one. Always like to have the latest one, so that's pretty cool. Also today, we got another new Disney Plus original episode of The Proud Family Louder and Prouder. In the United States, there was some new library content, including a new season of Critter Fixer's Country Vets. While in Canada, they got a ton of new National Geographic content, maybe about 70 to 80 titles. They got tons of stuff there, and along with some other shows like Screen Queens. The other big release around the world today was Death on the Nile, which was added to Disney Plus in a number of countries, including Canada, Australia, New Zealand, the UK and Ireland. So I'm going to be watching that one this week. Really looking forward to watching that one. That's pretty much the big one of the Moon Knight. Australia and New Zealand also got some new National Geographic documentaries, plus the FX series You're the Worst. While in the UK, there was also some new additions to the library, including the Alvins and the Chipmunks, the sequel, plus loads of baby TV content, along with new episodes of Running Wild with Bear Grylls and Siren. So yeah, tons of stuff to watch. Yeah, definitely a massive big release date in Canada today. They got absolute tons. I mean, it was like 90 different things. So they got loads of stuff. They're kind of really bringing the National Geographic section up on par with what Disney Plus has got in America. Moving on from there, let's now talk about Falcon and the Winter Soldier, because a eagle-eyed Reddit user managed to find that they've been making some adjustments to the series, removing some of the blood and some of the violence from the episodes. Now, there's 2 cases that we know so far, where at one point Bucky sort of throws a pipe at a goon, and it kind of, whereas it impaled them to begin with, now it bounced off of. And there's another one when a scientist is killed, and instead of him being covered in blood, there's no blood on him. There's still the other big scenes, you know, like when John Walker smashes him in with the shield and there's blood everywhere. That's not been done. Now, this has really kind of raised a number of different questions and lots of different things coming on. Now, first off, now we don't know when this changed. Now, this could have easily have changed, I don't know, like May or June last year. Could have been a few months ago, and no one noticed. This is the kind of thing with these kind of changes. Sometimes it could be like this for months, and suddenly someone catches wind of it. A lot of attention has been brought on the fact of, well, Disney Plus in the US now has parental controls. Why have they done this? Why? And I got to say, I think this was done way before the change. I don't think it was anything to do with the parental controls, because they could have just upped the parental controls to like maybe a 16 or something like that. So that's my general gist of it. I feel like this was done probably way before the parental controls were brought in, because it was done internationally. So we've already got parental controls that would have allowed us to have seen this kind of stuff. I mean, we're talking here minute little changes. A lot of people aren't too happy about just changes being made in general. You know, that's why they like physical media, and they don't like things being changed by Disney. Disney have had a history of going back on Disney Plus and changing stuff. You know, we've seen it with WandaVision. They went back and changed the end scene to kind of match up with the upcoming Doctor Strange film. They've also like edited out a cast member from The Mandalorian. Plus, also probably most well known, they sort of digitally removed a bum from Splash, you know, things like that. But this is all in the pre kind of parental control issues. I generally feel like this is just something that's just been picked up and noticed, and it's kind of got a lot of attention. So I'm not particularly sort of thinking, oh, they've done this, you know, what are they going to do to Daredevil? What are they doing to Moonlight? Are they going to edit out? No, I just feel this is just something that's kind of from the old Disney Plus, from when things were really kind of sort of filtered down. They might have had to make a few little adjustments to keep the rating right. It's interesting enough, like today, Moon Knight, which has just dropped, it's rated as 16 here in the UK and across Europe. It's only a TV 14 in the US. So I don't think there's necessarily anything different, but different countries do tend to view things a little bit different. But I feel like with this Falcon and the Winter Soldier thing, it's probably more likely to be just a case that it was done a while ago and no one's really noticed. It's not good from the point of view of creators. Obviously, they decided to go with this. But the only thing that's with this one is, did they actually film 2 versions, one with blood, one without, and then they ended up changing it? Or is it something that was done like digitally changed? I don't know. It's not good when they do editing to things like this. It does seem a little bit unnecessary. But to be honest, if this person hadn't have noticed, we probably wouldn't have even noticed either, and that's kind of a difference. People were going back and comparing it to some versions that they had from when it first came out and could see the little differences. But nevertheless, it's not good, and it's definitely not something I would like Disney to see in the future in terms of editing after things have been released, especially in this kind of instance where it's just something very, very small, and just to make it feel a bit, I mean, that whole scene with John Walker smashing him with the shield, completely, anything else that we've seen that was removed just seems completely pointless. But yeah, so it's definitely just worth being aware of that these things can change, and Disney can go back and change stuff when things are done on streaming. Nothing is permanent, things can be removed, things can be changed. Yeah, and having lived through so many different versions of Star Wars, I can say how many times they've been changed. So that's that one. Moving on from there, we've also got an update on the brand new FX series Pistol, which is based on the life of the Sex Pistols, and this series is going to be coming to Disney Plus internationally on Tuesday the 31st of May. On the same day it arrives on Hulu. Interesting enough, we're going to be getting all of the episodes at once, so this is just hopefully what we're going to start seeing more things with these kind of releases. I'm looking forward to this one. I don't know too much about the Sex Pistols other than the main song that they're aware of God Save the Queen. I'm hoping at some point as well we get a release date for Under the Banner of Heaven, which stars Andrew Garfield. They've announced that it's coming to Hulu at the end of April, but they've not yet announced a date for Disney Plus. I'm hoping we start seeing these kind of things line up a little bit more. Also, finally, Disney has revealed that they're working on a brand new documentary about Jim Henson, who is the creator of the Muppets. He's also created other characters like Big Bird, also worked on films such as The Dark Crystal and Labyrinth. This brand new documentary is being put together by Imagine, and it's going to be directed by Ron Howard. I think this one's great. I mean, Jim Henson has just had such an impact on so many of us with his creations, and I think a documentary about his life and how he did everything is great. The Henson family are involved in this project, so that's obviously a good thing. No release date yet has been revealed. It's being created by the Disney documentary department, so it's like this new division that's kind of creating documentaries for Disney Plus primarily. But it wouldn't be at all surprised if this one ends up getting a short theatrical run as well, because especially with it being like a Ron Howard directed project. I think this sounds pretty cool. I'm really excited about it. You'll find details on all of these stories in the links below. You can go check us out over at whatsondisneyplus.com. Like, follow and subscribe, and I shall see you guys soon. Laters. Thank you very much for watching this video. Make sure you go check us out over at whatsondisneyplus.com. Like, follow and subscribe. Also, a huge thank you to all of our supporters over on Patreon and also on our YouTube channel memberships. And I shall see you guys in another video. Laters.